to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. President of the Houston Auto Show is our first guest out of the box this morning, and I think you're going to be surprised. Later, in Jeff's Car Culture, shipping Chevys in a Vertipack.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
And Mars has his driving destinations. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars in Neaterville, Texas. We always need more Jeff Zeke and Chief Engineer David Ainsley. We've been on the phone with him all morning.
All morning.
I'm Don Armstrong. I don't like to admit it, but looks like you got me whether you like it or not the morning. It's been quite a morning. It's been actually quite a couple of weeks.
Started early and everything.
Yeah. You know, a couple of weeks ago when we joined you for our full 2-hour show, we were at a car show in Spring Branch, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Spring Branch High School Foundation put that on. Had a great time out there. Last week, we're ready to do the show. And there was some
back in the studio meeting.
Yeah. Last week we were getting ready to do the show, and come to find out that there was a problem over in Neaterville.
No,
wasn't there?
It was internet.
It was everywhere.
It was in Neaterville is where it was. And besides the point of what it was, it doesn't make any difference. It was coming from Neaterville. That was
we're
the
famous
problem.
for something.
You got to be famous for something. Well, this week we had a power outage here this morning.
At 10 minutes of 9.
Your turn.
My turn. And then that kind of jacked everything up. And here we are. Don't ask me how we're here, but we made it.
We made it.
But thank you for joining us anyway. I think we owed you that explanation, as jacked up as it was. All right. Joining us now is the newly crowned president of the Houston Auto Show. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is. Rochelle Salinas. You look the same.
She's not wearing a crown.
No, but she's got her sunglasses on.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Congratulations. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to hear you had such a hectic morning. It makes me feel less bad about coming to you from a baseball game, though. So that's why I got my sunglasses on.
Let me ask you this. Did you happen to have any Halloween celebrations at your house last night?
We had 2 hours of trick-or-treating, so I think that and a bag full of candy was plenty.
And how did everybody dress last night?
Oh, we had a wide variety. We had a nerd and a scary clown and something these teenagers are calling shiesties wearing a vest. I don't really know.
Sounds like In Wheel Time.
Teenagers.
Sounds like In Wheel Time. So this when I got the press release, I sent it over to Mars and I said, OMG.
Thank you.
I knew you win. And it was, it wasn't in our world. It wasn't that long ago. You've come a long way, and congratulations. So what's transpired? What's happened? Give us the skinny.
Yeah.
Well, it's been, 15 years that I've been working on the auto show and representing it, being the spokesperson for everything. And, our board got together this year at the committee meeting with our president, Wyatt, and they, for the Houston Auto Dealers Association, and they said, I think it's about time. We want to make sure Rochelle doesn't start looking elsewhere and stays with the auto show and HADA. So let's go ahead and promote her to the president and make sure she's, continues on with the great leadership she's been doing. So I was really, really humbled, really happy for it. Definitely a good validation of all the hard work I've been putting in.
Absolutely.
Because really and truly, you've been doing it.
Yeah. And we can validate it as well, because I think that the Houston Auto Show is in the best place that it's ever been in, thanks to you on many levels. I mean, I know that it takes a lot of people to put that show on, but it also takes leadership, and you've done such a great job. And, you have so many irons in the fire beginning now all the way through the show. And the funny thing about it is that you start on the show as soon as this past one is over with. And
yeah, that's right.
I don't think that people realize that what goes on at car shows. They think, oh, the cars show up and they just put them in slots and that's all there is to it. And we know that there's a lot more to it. And working with manufacturers in particular. Speaking of that, let's talk a little bit about that in the upcoming show. I know that you can only talk about limited things because we are a little bit early here. Mm-hmm. But what's the response looks like with the manufacturers, because let's face it, manufacturers are kind of in a turmoil right now with the whole EV thing and the billions and billions of dollars that they put into EVs, and they're having to back off of it because they're just not selling like they thought that they would.
Yeah. First, thank you for the compliment of the show being in a good place. There is a lot of challenges we've been facing, since 2020, after the 2020 show with COVID and now tariffs and inventory challenges. And it's just, there's a lot of hurdles to get through to pull off such a large scale event. And so it is the best that it can be in these situations. And yeah, there are some manufacturers that are definitely having some challenges, like Nissan, for example. And we're not sure where they'll be for this year at the show, if at all, which is really disappointing because they've been a long-standing exhibitor of ours. And so we're hoping maybe the dealers can pull it off and be there. And then, there's other high-end ones that have no inventory. So really struggling with being at the show. So we've come up with few things to do that. We've come up with a few things to kind of make that happen. And we're happy to have Camp Jeep back. We got that confirmation yesterday, which is early to tell you that. Exciting. And then we're working with Modern Luxury Magazine, and they're going to put on a luxury exhibit. And this luxury exhibit will help fulfill some of those spots of the luxury manufacturers that we don't always have. And they're also going to be really curating some experiences and VIP experiences each night within the show. So I'm happy to have all of those people, coming back. And then, traditional Ford, Chevy, Kia, Hyundai, we're looking forward to all of them returning, and they've all committed to being at the show.
Is Cadillac coming this year? I know last year they kind of had some reservations, and the dealers had to step up in that. Yeah,
we'll have dealer support for the Cadillac again this year, as well as Lincoln. I had some hopes for Lincoln because Lincoln did come back is coming back to the LA show in later this month, but they said they're just doing 2 shows this year, and they'll consider next year. So we've got West Point, Lincoln putting up the display for this year too.
Great.
Wow.
So it's good to have the dealer support.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's really what it's all about.
Are you taking over the Boative side of it as well? It's going to be an Autoboative again this year, or is that all still working?
Yes. So this is our 5th year with the boat show. And so the boat show will continue to run their side of the show. We'll still split the building about 50-50. And they've got some great things coming in, even some off-roading opportunities out front of the NRG Center this year. So some lots of fun stuff happening on that end too.
Well, that's and I assume that you're still going to have the ride and drives.
Yes, we do have. Yeah, we will have ride and drive outdoors. I know right now we have Toyota, Subaru, Stellantis, and one more that I'm not remembering off the top of my head at the moment. And we'll also have I'm adding in a new opportunity for tours. So working with, similar you guys, the Texas Auto Writers Association, and I have some expert tour guides to take you on a tour around the auto show so that you can maybe save some time, get some opinions from others that are not the product specialists, but have opinions on all the brands. And so you can sign up for one of those tours and go see all the SUVs at one time, all the pickup trucks at one time, maybe all the family vehicles at one time, and really get an expert opinion on someone that's driven these, done car reviews on them, and can tell you all about them.
That's a great idea.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah. We could give tours of the concession stands.
We could, as long as there's hot dogs involved.
A couple of beers.
Yeah. So there's that. So are you going to have the preview party?
Absolutely. Yes. VIP night continues the first Tuesday. That'll be January 27th. Tickets for everything go on sale right after Thanksgiving. And Modern Luxury is also supporting that VIP night and bringing in a lot of good elevated ideas to make some unique experiences for this year.
It sounds really exciting. Okay, now, as far as your responsibilities are concerned, not only are you doing marketing and PR, but you're also president this year. How's that going to change things for you?
I don't think it'll change too much besides the pressure that comes with the title. I still do a lot of running around and all the interviews, and I think that will stand. I just might be even asked even more questions every single day.
There you go.
Yeah. Have you visited any other car shows this year that you might perhaps steal an idea or two?
Well, we have a new group called the Automotive Excellent Alliance, and we have been going around to a couple auto shows, meeting with manufacturers. We've added in some new survey and data collection aspects to all of our auto shows around the country, so we can really exhibit the importance of the shows. So last year I attended LA, I went to the New York show. Our whole team also went to Chicago. So I've definitely been seeing some great examples and also things that I know we're doing good at, and so we're sharing good ideas of ways to keep improving our auto shows.
And speaking of the Chicago Auto Show, I've been a couple of times there, and I've also been to the Detroit show, but I will say that Chicago show, in the past anyway, has really been a premier show that I've ever attended, the most attended show that I've ever gone to. Let me put it that way. Was it still the same this year for you?
Yeah, so it's one of the most beautiful shows for me. The lighting in that building and the way that they set up all of their decor and signage and everything, it is a spectacular show. Jen Moran does a great job leading her team over there, another woman president of the auto shows. And they're definitely still having the similar challenges that we are, and really having to work with their local dealer network to put in some of these displays. But we're all thinking out of the box. Another area that they grew in and we're copying is the Overland experience. So we know Overland is a really growing popular niche in automotive aftermarkets and camping and adventure and getting out there with your vehicle as a tool. And so we're adding an exhibit like that as well this year. And they did a really good job in bringing that into the auto show space.
That's interesting. Now, is it going to be coupled with a manufacturer, or is it just a standalone?
This is going to likely be mostly a standalone for us this year, so bringing in some private groups, but we're trying to make it experiential, so also working with Boy Scouts in the area. So we've got the camping aspect, the adventure areas, and really making it a full experience.
It brings a smile to my face. You bring it in the Boy Scout.
Yeah.
That's going to be a very unique and different display.
Yeah. And the one other thing we're also adding this year to do something different is we're hosting Houston Give Back Day. So partnering with the boat show, we're bringing in about 20 nonprofits on the Thursday of the show, and they're going to all be set up, creating building awareness about their nonprofits and their missions and causes. We'll also have the Gulf Coast Blood Bank having a blood donation outside that whole day. And all of those nonprofits will have a discount code for anyone that wants to support them to get tickets to the auto show as well. So it's going to be a really good day to really show off all of the great things in our community that Houston has.
Do you have any slots open for these nonprofits?
Yeah, we might be able to fit a few more in. We've got 20 already, so happy to grow it.
Wow.
Okay, so how does that? I did a charity event here a few weeks ago, and really touched my heart. It's out here in the Fort Bend County area, and it has to do with children. And I thought, wow, that would really be cool if we could get them there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So who do they get in touch with?
Yeah, you can send me a message. You've got
Okay.
my email, and you can have them send me a message.
I've got your email. I bug her all the time.
Yeah,
Anyway,
she's got you blocked too.
yeah, she's got me blocked. She had to unblock me for that one. But I think that would really be a cool thing, because Houston Auto Show, it does have the Houston tag to it, but let's face it, Houston involves a lot of different communities throughout the Houston area and surrounding it as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's, I'm not sure if you had it on your list to talk about today, but one of the other upcoming things we've got going on right now, bringing in all of the Houston surrounding area, is our student technician competition. And I believe you guys did an interview with some of the winners maybe last year, the competitors, and we've grown the competition. So we've got 23 teams this year, and it's doubling the first year that we've had it. So now we're in our third year, and we're moving out to the Texas State Technical College in Rosenberg because we have so many teams and kids involved. We've got almost 70 students competing in this from all over Houston, from as far as El Campo down to Dickinson and back up to all of the Cypress area and across. So it's a really exciting event, having these students have a real life experience mentoring in the dealerships, and then coming to compete for scholarships and cash prizes and tools from Milwaukee. It's going to be a really, really awesome event.
Well, if you need any help with that, let us know.
I know that campus. It's a very nice campus, and they do a lot for the students. There's diesel, electric, there's gas. There's all kinds of things that goes on on that campus.
Very interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I find it interesting, Rochelle, that these are the kinds of things that weren't in place at the Houston Auto Show not that long ago. And I see that smile on your face, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Because I mean, yeah, a lot of this has to do with you, and you know, congratulations on your new title. And we're so
Very
excited. When I got that press release, I'm going, yes.
He sent it immediately to all of us.
Yeah, I did. I sent it to everybody. So anyway,
Thank you.
congratulations. I know you're at a baseball game, so
Who's winning?
Who's winning? Do you know?
I'm watching you guys. I don't know.
We're winning.
We're
All right,
winning.
we're gonna let you get back to it, but again, congratulations, and hey, thanks for so much for joining us today.
Taking
We
your time
appreciate it.
today.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you guys as always. I really appreciate it.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All
Thank
right,
you,
bye-bye.
Rochelle Salina with the Houston Auto Show. Wow, really cool.
You know, I'm looking for a new submarine too.
A submarine.
Yeah, on the boat.
Well, I was going to say that'd be on the automotive
Yeah.
side. They probably have connections there.
Take Kathy to the submarine races. Yeah.
Huh.
You know, I told my wife
Okay.
something. I was going to take her to the submarine races the other day, and she said, "What?" She didn't have any clue
You
what
know,
I was
but
talking
coming
about.
from you, Mars, it has a different connotation
That
altogether.
makes sense.
Yeah. So anyway, just had to go there. All right. Time for a break. Just ahead, Jeff's Car Culture. Shipping in a Verta pack.
All right.
You're going to like this one. Plus, I'll review the Chevy Trax SUV. That and more coming up here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good.
Time to fire up those engines and pay tribute to the folks who make freedom possible. Bastrop's own Heroes in Hot Rods is rolling in for Veterans Day weekend. Friday night, downtown cruise. Saturday, 400 of the coolest rides in Texas. Proceeds help veterans, shelters, food pantries, and scholarships. Sponsored by Craig's Jewelry. November 7th and 8th, Main Street, Bastrop. Don't miss it.
Love
And
it.
this is the last week that we get to advertise for these guys.
We could still do it though. I mean, we could still go, hi.
We could.
We'll end every show like that.
Good. Well, that would be Mars because he's closer to that kind of action over there in
Yeah,
User.
and he knows his action.
Well, I could record some late at night for you.
All right. A lot of screaming.
Well, close to that. Yeehaw.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. Hey, In Will Time invites you to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show about all things automotive. And we thank you for being with us today. All right, time now for Jeff's Car Culture. And today, Jeff talks about VertaPack Chevy shipping.
Yeah, what is a
And
Vertipack?
and you got to be careful when you say it. VertaPack Chevy shipping.
Okay.
Say it
You
carefully.
just said it all for everybody. There you
did.
go. Well, the Chevy Vega was a subcompact car sold by Chevrolet during the 70s.
I own two of them.
70s and 77 model years. The goal was to take a new Japanese, European small fuel efficient car with an American made body, innovative features, and all kinds of good stuff, but it had to be competitively priced. Major cost efficiencies of the Vega gained through a quick vehicle development process. It had aluminum engine. It had advanced automation in the assembly plant. Getting the Vega to the dealers needed to find a cheaper way to ship the cars. So what they did was, typical car in the 70s rail car that is, could fit about 15 vehicles. Due to its compact size, it was possible to fit 18 of the Vegas in that same configuration. It was a small gain, but not good enough, because one of the things was that to ship a Vega from Lordstown, Ohio assembly plant to the furthest point on the West Coast was about $4,800. The car itself cost around $2,000, so that was not very efficient.
No.
So what they did was the new method came from a form of what they call a Vertipack rail car developed by General Motors and Southern Pacific Railway. By placing the cars nose down, 30 cars could fit where 18 previously did. Getting those extra vehicles loaded into each rail car reduced shipping charges. However, it required additional rail car features and vehicle packaging. In order to have the Vega packaged in this, the new rail car design, each one was fitted with 4 removable cast steel sockets to the undercarriage. Plastic spacers were wedged beside the powertrain to prevent damage to the engine and transmission mounts. These were removed when the cars were unloaded. Yeah, right. The rail ramp doors were opened and closed via forklift. What could go wrong there? Not only do the doors double as ramps, they also provided security from weather, vandalism, and theft. Something which the typical tri-level racks were exposed to. Then Chevrolet marketing wanted to tout the Vega as ready to drive off the Vertipack ramps without any fluid fills. Unfortunately, the cars were not meant to be suspended nose down for any length of time. Since the Vertipack shipment method was known early, Chevrolet engineers were able to design the Vega with this in mind. Now check this out. Engineers performed vibration and low-speed crash testing to ensure Vegas did not sustain physical damage in the rail cars. They also included following the to prevent fluid spills and internal engine damage while the vehicle was vertical. An engine oil baffle prevented the oil from entering the number 1 cylinder. Battery filler caps were located on the edge of the battery prevent acid spilling. The carburetor float bowl had a tube that drained into the vapor canister during shipping. Windshield washer bottle stood at a 45-degree angle.
Nothing could go wrong with any of this.
All these design considerations were meant to get the Vega to a market in a safe, efficient manner. In real life, the Vertipack system created challenges. Now, there's more to this story because they interviewed a lot of the rail people that did this, and there were a lot of problems. The doors failed, the forklifts jammed them up in there, damaged the vehicles, they fell back. So there was a lot of things that were not actually conducive to making this a proper way. They saved some money, but in the long run, it cost them because of all the damages. They had to get the rail cars right, and then, of course, the broken vehicles. So it was an event. It was an expense that they did, and for the 7 years at the Vega, I don't know if it was cost effective or not.
Well, it wasn't that long ago that they shipped cars in open rail cars.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my God! And they'd arrive to their destination,
Dirty, broken, beat up.
Yeah, it looked
theft.
like they'd gone through hell and back.
And the ones that you see now on the tracks that we have in the area, those were actually designed by General Motors. General Motors designed that for the theft, and I think they came out of Detroit doing that. So, and you see the pictures there. That's just a little bit about how they did it back in the 70s.
Well, I vaguely remember the 70s, and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay, all right. But you had 2 of them. You know that.
Two Vegas.
I thought you meant you had
70s,
two 70s.
No, just one. I couldn't have survived 2. All right. Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2026 Chevy Trax. This thing is made in the Changwon, Korea province.
Oh, yeah.
And it comes, and I didn't know that.
Have you ever been there?
I have not. Have you?
No.
Available trim levels. My mind was racing at about 100 miles an hour to come up with something, and I did, but I can't repeat it on the air. Available trim levels: LS, 1RS, LT, 2RS, and Active. Active is the new model. I had the 2RS, so pretty much loaded up. Small SUV, seats 5. It was all new in 2024. Large split grille with squinty headlights. It's very attractive. Side sculpting is just the right amount with upswept rear glass. Small rear hatch window with a sunshade over it and attractive lighting back there in the back. Wheels, they change with the trim level that you select. What I liked about it, the overall design in my mind gets high marks. I really did like this. What could use improvement? I'm not exactly sure what the roof rack rails are for anymore.
Yeah.
It's just a look because they don't serve any purpose other
Agreed.
than looking from the side. You can see a rail up there, but
Right.
why? I don't get it. They just don't make sense. Well, anyway, interior highlights. Optional big infotainment screen, one of the best, and it's one of the biggest as well. Our RS trim had attractive red accents stitched on the seats and piping, which adds some pop to the interior. Easy to use and find dash controls. Steering wheel controls are not complicated, I'm glad to report. Cargo room, more than you would expect in a small SUV like this. What I liked, again, high marks overall, including comfortable seats. What could use improvement? Nothing. Here's a killer. I'm really surprised.
All right.
A 1.2 liter, 3-cylinder turbocharged engine powers this thing. A 3-cylinder. You wouldn't know it. 137 horsepower. You're thinking, well, this thing is gutless. No, it's not. 162 pound-feet of torque, 6-speed automatic transmission, and that combination actually works very well. You'd think that the thing is a slug from the stoplight. It is not. Tow rating, 1,263 pounds on a 3-cylinder turbocharged motor. And this I really like. Miles per gallon, rated 28 city, 32 highway for a combined of 30 miles per gallon. I got 29.3 miles per gallon over 477.5 miles.
Great.
And 90% of that is driven on the highway. Mm-hmm. What I liked, zippy, despite that small engine, and it gets good gas mileage. What could use improvement? Maybe a little more power as an option, but why? Because then you kill the price point. Ride and handling, smooth and comfortable. Yes, he said that. What could use improvement? It only comes in 2-wheel drive. Now here in Houston, good, because we get to save the money on not having a 4-wheel drive. Now, if you have the thing in someplace that's got snow, well, that could be a problem. But then you've got other options when it comes to that in the Chevrolet lineup. This 2-wheel drive model keeps the price down. 4-wheel drive, again, for the snow belt. Base trim price, $25,300. Price is tested, $28,385. Base model price, $21,600.
Nice.
Base model price,
starter vehicle. Yeah.
$21,600.
Nice starter vehicle.
Yep.
Competitors, Mazda CX-30 starts at $25,975. The VW Taos, $26,500. And the Chevy Trailblazer, and I say that because the Trailblazer is just a tiny bit bigger, but it does have a 4-wheel drive option if that's what you want. It starts at $23,000, which again is a couple of $1,000s more than the base model price of the Chevy Trax. Next week, we're going to review the Kia Sorento.
Yep. Something like that. Yep.
I believe that's correct.
The thing about aren't the manufacturers relying too much on a turbo to do the work?
Well,
3-cylinder turbo.
Well, a 3-cylinder engine, you're not going to get a whole lot of horsepower out of it without the turbo.
Mine's a 4-cylinder turbo, and it's got spunk.
It does.
Yeah.
But they don't press it that hard. It's kind of a little boost, but it's not some 65-pound psi add to it.
Yeah.
It's not that.
No, and I think the way it produces that boost is a little different. It kind of comes on kind of gradually because it's dependent on the engine for it to actually drive.
And as well as the person that has that right foot that's
right.
a little bit.
Mine has a 2-wheel option or all-wheel drive option, so I can go back and forth on that. But it's pretty much the same mileage I get with mine as that one on the tracks. But Kylie looked at those at the auto show a couple of years ago when they first came out. She was interested in that.
Yeah.
So it's a neat little car.
Yep, I agree. All right, time to take a break. In Wheel Time Car Talk continues right after this. Stay with us.
Who doesn't like a social event? How about one that centers around your love for all things automotive? Another Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social is back. Saturday, December 6th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. It's a morning packed with incredible cars, some of the finest rides in town, from classics to modern exotics. Here's your chance to talk to fellow car lovers. Grab a coffee and check out how Gulf Coast Auto Shield keeps these rides looking perfect. Meet the team. Take a look around the shop to see firsthand how Gulf Coast Auto Shield gets the most of the look you're trying to create. In Will Time will be there with their live car talk show. You might just be one of the guests. Don't miss this free, fun, and fast-paced car gathering of fellow car lovers and their rides. Saturday, December 6th at Gulf Coast Auto Shield, 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway. Bring your car, bring your friends, and bring your love for all things automotive. We'll see you then. The award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InRealTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Real Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InRealTime.com. Join us.
It's the award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, our story of the week. I'm going to tell you about recalls. We got some doozies for you this week.
Yep.
And name the sold car price. Get your pen and paper ready. Plus, Jeff will have the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, coming to you from Nederland, or Nederville, as we like to say it, Texas. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong, so good to have you along with us on this Saturday. It's a beautiful Saturday here in Houston, and I can tell you that we're expecting a small chance of rain.
Yeah, this evening, like after 2, 3, 4 o'clock, something like that.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Late
I won't
afternoon.
care because I'll be watching the LSU Alabama game.
Oh, okay.
There's that.
So you got nothing to do today?
I have plenty to do today. I have something to do every day, Mars. But thank you for asking or telling or commenting.
You're welcome.
What is that that's on the screen there? What do you got there, Mr. Mars? What is all of that?
I have no idea. What are we looking at?
I don't
Why
know.
are you looking at my stuff?
Oh, no.
We certainly don't want to. I can tell you that.
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, there's that.
There you go.
Oops.
All
Hit the
right.
wrong button. Bad.
All right. Story of the week from Automotive News.
Okay.
The burgeoning Nexperia. Now, I tried to bring this to you.
The what?
Nexperia. They're a chip maker.
Oh.
They've got some really bad problems there with Nexperia. Well, the crisis that has been created exposes how fragile our auto industry's microchip supply chains remain.
I think it's our guest in the background.
No,
Is that what it is?
don't
Is
ask.
Is
Don't
that
ask.
you, Mr. Morris?
Sad but true.
Okay, well, we'll turn you down. Supply chain remains even after the 2020 to 2023 chip shortage that ravaged the global vehicle production industry, executives and experts said. Already the crisis is slowing new vehicle production globally. Honda began reducing or suspending production at several North American plants October 27th, while Volkswagen warned chip shortages could affect production of several models it builds in Germany. Automakers, suppliers, and industry analysts say the number of affected companies will grow over the next several weeks, barring a swift resolution by the Chinese and Dutch governments. They have combined, and they've got a factory, I guess.
Denmark?
I guess. I don't really know. The Netherlands took control of Nexperia on September 30th. It feared the company's former CEO was dismantling its European operations, according to Reuters, citing 4 sources familiar with the Dutch government's thinking. October 4th, the Chinese government blocked exports of Nexperia products out of China. The company produces most of its chips in Europe, but packages about 70% in China before shipping them worldwide. It's kind of an odd thing, don't you think? Nexperia produces basic, mature semiconductor technology, includes diodes and transistors found in dozens of vehicle components, including, ready? Door handles and motors for wiper blades. That's what it says. Motors for wiper blades. I guess it's the wiper mechanism.
Yeah.
The chips aren't the costly high-tech semiconductors that dominate headlines, but they're crucial for vehicle production. Each vehicle contains between 300 and 600 of these things, according to MEMA, the trade group representing U.S. suppliers. Here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
As the industry was reminded during an earlier chip shortage, it takes just one missing part to shut down an entire production line. And I've got a story on that coming up. The previous semiconductor shortage, driven by the surge in demand after the 2020 COVID-19 shutdowns and a lack of widespread chip availability, cost the industry production of more than 17 million vehicles worldwide from 2021 to 23, according to an estimate by Auto Forecast Solutions. These are not the sexiest chips in the world, according to the director of automotive and industrial practice at Alex Partners. They're the ones nobody thinks of until they're missing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, years after the previous microchip shortage, the Nexperia crisis should serve as another wake-up call to the auto industry, and it needs to secure reliable supplies of legacy chips, he said. It's a reminder to the industry that standard components are just as strategic as some of the advanced logic chips. Well, here we go again.
Yeah. So,
but I thought,
do they work on a just-in-time process for
all
manufacturing?
Of them, yes, all of them do.
So they're late getting it just in time. So it is on the manufacturer, the vendor itself.
The vendor,
Yeah.
yes.
That's terrible.
And it is. And I thought that when we went through this whole thing with the semiconductors, that there were several companies lined up here in the United States
to do it.
That they were going to build these big plants and step in. But these aren't the semiconductors. These are the microchips. And they run all sorts of things, 300 to 600 per vehicle.
Yeah.
And so how do you fight that?
Is it still TI making all that? Because I know a guy that works for TI. He's way up in the echelon, and he travels overseas quite a bit for a young man. And I don't know if he's part of that, but I know that he's very intelligent and he works with a lot of the semiconductors and chips and things. So.
Well, I think that they're going to open a plant next to Neaterville, Mars.
That would be good.
That's all you're going to say.
These are semiconductor chips, not Lay's chips.
Lay's chips.
Oh, see, we've got a chip place up in Woodville, not Woodville, Deweyville that makes plywood. They makes chips up there, so they could just move that in
so
to do electronic chips right along the wood.
Furniture there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Particle board.
There you go.
In fact, I got some right over there.
MDF.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I thought that was a pretty interesting story, and here we go again. So I tell you that there are already effects being felt, especially at Nissan. They've already shut down 2 production lines at Nissan because they need these chips.
And didn't Rochelle say that Nissan's having a little issue committing to the auto show?
Yeah.
That could be all step up the line.
Nissan's got other problems other than that.
They canceled that new EV they only had out for a year and a half.
Yes. Aptique or whatever, Aptiv or whatever the thing is. They canceled it because it's not selling.
No. No. And Ford's shutting down their EV plants.
The Rouge plant.
Well, they've got other issues too there.
So we got some recalls to tell you about real quick.
Right.
Toyo Tire Holdings of America recalling certain passenger vehicle tires. It's a big, long list of them. So I suggest that you go to NHTSA, National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, and go to their tire recall alert that they issued this week.
And if you don't know that your tire's recalled, there is a number on the side of your tire you can actually look up in that site, and whether the folks that put the tires on have registered them or not, you still have the tire. You can go ahead and take care of it.
A contamination during production may reduce adhesion and cause the tire to separate. Dealers will replace the tires for free. There's that. Well, guess who's at the top of the recall list this week?
Does it start with an F?
It does.
Okay.
And it's not Frankfurter.
Okay.
It's Ford Motor Company.
I was thinking Farfignugan.
4 recalls covering a combined 401,859 U.S. vehicles, according to NHTSA.
When you get to 500, sell.
Ford broke the record for most recalls in a single year in July. The automaker has issued the most U.S. recalls of any manufacturer this year with 131. Moonroof deflector recall covers the 2021 to 2022 Lincoln Navigator and Ford Expedition, 21 to 23 Ford F-150, 22 model F-250, 350, and 450. About 1% of the recall population is expected to have the defect where the moonroof wind deflectors may detach. Driver's seat recall on the 21 to 23 Ford Bronco, 3% have that.
Does it detach?
I don't know. Doesn't say.
Martha?
Inoperable. Martha? Where are the garden lanterns? The inoperable defrosting defogging system recall
Wow.
covers the 2026 Ford Econoline. I didn't even know they still made that thing.
Not either.
1% of them have the defect. Windshield air bubble recall. 25 to 26 Ford Explorer, as well as the 25 to 26 Lincoln Corsair and Aviator, about 1% involved in that.
Air bubbles in the glass.
I don't want to run too short on time,
No.
but
What you got to do?
Go ahead.
Cadillac Optique and the Chevy Equinox,
They're great cars.
tire tread may detach.
Oh boy.
I think we just covered that
Yep.
with those tires. Fiat 500e headlights can be misadjusted. Ferraris, if you got a Ferrari, loose oil filter connection may leak. Ram ProMaster 2018 to 26. That is radiator fan electrical circuit may overheat. Kaboom.
Yeah.
There's Lincoln Corsairs, Explorers, Nautilus hybrids, and a whole list of rear view camera image may not display on everything that Ford makes, I think.
The tire recall on the Cadillac, that's not a Toyo. Toyos don't come as factory on Cadillacs. I think it's more of a Michelin, maybe not Michelin, but probably something
Did
else.
I say Cadillac?
Yeah, you said a Cadillac tire recall. I think it's probably something other
It
than a
said
Toyo.
tire tread may detach on the Cadillac Optic, which
Okay.
is the
Right, right. But as,
EV.
and I was trying to relate that it's not the same as that Toyo
No,
recall.
it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. Jeep Gladiators, 223,209. Model year 2020. Gladiators and Wranglers. Concerns that a malfunction of the instrument panel cluster could result in loss of vehicle information.
Are they still making the Gladiator? I thought they stopped that.
No, they're still making it. They stopped making the Wrangler 4xe.
Oh,
Mars has one of those in his garage, I think. Don't you, Mars?
It's way back when. It's collecting dust.
Yeah. Because you can't get nothing for it. Okay, time now for the Sold Cars Roundup.
Hold that thought.
all right. Get your in-wheel time decoder rings out there. And if
Okay.
you don't have one, send 2 box tops of borax to Mike's house. And
Borax.
you'll get
20 Mule Team Borax.
You'll get a decoder.
Do you remember
ring.
that?
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Well, here's one that goes right along hand in hand with it. A 1952 Studebaker Commander. Mars, do we have the picture of that?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read it anyway because
Sure.
we're
Yeah,
running short of time.
It's
and
coming.
so what's the problem over there in
It's
Niederville?
loading.
The file disappeared. I'm rebuilding it as
Oh.
we speak.
Dear God. 52 Studebaker
Not what I
Commander.
said.
$23,625 is what it sold for. Here's one for you, Jeff. A 2007 Chevrolet Corvette. That's a C6.
Mhm.
What did it sell for?
32.
21. Next up is the 1965 MGB. Remember the MGBs?
GB.
A little sports car from Great Britain that they're out of
Oh,
business.
yeah. And what year?
65.
I'm going to say 25.
Close. $19,425. How about a 1946 Chevrolet post-war pickup? That's all it says. It's really ugly. It's
Cover the
Beige.
price. Let me see.
beige with red
Oh.
fenders.
I'm going to go 18.
27.3. Sorry, we're having to blow through this, but we don't
No
have
pictures.
pictures of it. 1957 Buick Roadmaster. This is the exact same car that my buddy Danny Krieger ran through his grandmother's front garage.
Oh, look at that. It's a 4-holder, too.
It's a 4-holder. Yeah, it's a Roadmaster.
25.
27.3.
Oh,
That's a nice car.
I got change left.
It weighs as much as a locomotive. And let me tell you something. It goes through a wooden garage door just like that. 1985
Like butter.
Ford F-250. It's a single cab, Looks clean. I don't know about
12
or anything. 12? No, 12, 9, 15.
No, I'm getting better at
You
this.
are really good on that.
I'm channeling Jeff Heitzman.
Are you?
Yeah, because he's pretty good at that.
How about a 55 Ford Crown Victoria?
Oh,
Black
priceless. Oh,
with a red
let me
interior
see,
and wide whites. Look at that.
That's
Look at that
gorgeous.
there.
Man,
What do you think?
that's Hot Rod Tour. I'm going to go 14.
19,832, but
There
it's
he is,
under
right
20.
there. He's got it. Perfect. Thank you, Michael.
A 2002 Ford Thunderbird. What do you think that went for?
2002.
2002. So that's
$8.
Yeah, pretty much. That was a big flop for Ford.
Yeah.
They were really, but I'll tell you what, I'll never forget when it came out. I was really excited to get it. And then after it came out, I lost my excitement immediately.
I'm going to go 10 grand.
That had no horsepower. $10,250 is what it went for. And this would be a real winner for me right there. The 1936 Packard 120.
Wide whites.
It's a two-door businessman coupe with a fastback design, the trunk lid, the whole 9 yards. It's bad to the bone. They made lots of race cars out of those back in the 60s.
I'm going to say, might be high on this, 18.
39,
Yeah.
375.
Wow.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think it had a V8 in it.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
But that's this week's sold car
It's
roundup.
over by the Armadillo storage.
The Armadillo story.
Yeah, it's part of the word Armadillo storage.
Oh,
all right. Very good.
That's that. All right. Coming up, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Mars, what do you have?
I've got a mess.
You got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Yeah. I don't even know why you're on the screen with us. Why are you on the screen with us?
I haven't figured that out. That's part of the trouble.
I can't. Well, why don't you just zip yourself right off of there and just leave Jeff and I to do the show?
Well, I thought about that, but then I couldn't keep up with the mess.
Uh-oh. You stay
Why
right.
is there a mess?
You stay right where you're
That's
at.
another thing for another day.
Computers. Technology is
All right.
not my
All right.
friend today.
Coming up today.
Don't go a-changing.
Coming up, Jeff has the cruise in events. I said that to you. Stay with us for the award-winning. I don't know why we would win any awards with this mess.
Yeah.
In Wheel Time Car Talk Show
Participation.
continues after this quick break. Stay with us.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good.
Time to fire up those engines and pay tribute to the folks who make freedom possible. Bastrop's own Heroes in Hot Rods is rolling in for Veterans Day weekend. Friday night, downtown cruise. Saturday, 400 of the coolest rides in Texas. Proceeds help veterans, shelters, food pantries, and scholarships. Sponsored by Craig's Jewelry. November 7th and 8th, Main Street, Bastrop. Don't miss it.
If you can.
Don't miss it.
Yeah. Be sure and join our live show every week. In Wheel Time airs live Saturdays, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Thanks for joining us today. We are very appreciative. Time now for the cruise in and events calendars, Mr. Zekin.
Yes, next Saturday, pardon me, the November 8th from 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. It's the 2025 Car and Bike Show, 21st Annual November Fest event hosted by the Alvin Rotary Club.
November Fest,
okay. Yeah, at 142 South Magnolia Street in Alvin, Texas. Now, there's a bunch going on. There's a lot of what we just got over the trunk or treats. You got stuff coming up for a lot of the Toys for Tots stuff coming up. You got Thanksgiving. So there's a lot going on. I'm going to give you just the headlines of this, and you can look them up and go about your business on your own show. November 8th, 8 a.m., Bulldog Car Show. It's in LaPorte High School at the CTE parking lot at 902 San Jacinto Building Q in LaPorte, Texas.
Building Q.
Building Q. November 8th from 8 to 3 is the 23rd Annual Veterans Day Car Show and Parade. See, told you. Kerrville VA Hospital is a 3600 Memorial Boulevard in Kerrville, Texas. It's a good drive out there.
That's where the bus company used to be.
Absolutely. November 8th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., the 10th Annual Toys in the Hood Car Show and Toy Drive. There's another one. 2909 East Aldine Amphitheater in Houston, Texas. And then next Sunday, the 9th, is the 8th Annual Corpus Christi Corvette Club Car Show. Say that fast. Social Club. It's at
Corpus Christi Corvette Club Car Show.
There you go.
There's a lot of in there.
Yeah, I know. Social Club. It's at 1305 Eddie Byrne Drive in Corpus Christi. That's for my cousin out there. Go on out there and check it out.
Is that Ed Kooky Burns?
No, it's Eddie Byrne. November 9th from 11 to 2, the Honda of Tomball's 5th Annual Car Show. That's at 22727 Tomball Parkway in Tomball. And what you just heard is the Heroes and Hot Rods, the Veterans Weekend, which is coming up next weekend. Car show's popular event. 2024 had approximately 400 vehicles. They want to do that or surpass it if they can. You must pre-register the car to be in the show. It's Friday, November 7th at 5 to 9 as the cruise-in begins downtown Bastrop. Saturday, November 8th, 7:30 a.m. The Veterans Day show, the gates open, check-in and parking begins 10 a.m. Check-in parking, 10:30 Veterans Tribute. It goes on all day.
Mars,
Go
why
out
don't
there,
you
check
take
it
the
out.
N-Wheel time truck over there?
There you go. There you
You know,
go.
I thought about that.
Well, were you thinking about it?
He
Doesn't
just
do
needed
it.
to
Well, it
go.
doesn't do it. But so real quick, I got up yesterday morning, went out, got in the truck to leave, and the rear left passenger window glass was shattered. I'm thinking my new neighbor with his new lawnmowing company threw a rock at me or something. But
I
anyway,
was waiting for you to say that the exhaust manifold is finally taken a hike, and you found it laying on the driveway.
Well, that carbon monoxide is getting in the cabin.
yeah. Well, no, it's strictly. I have a new form of air conditioning. Let me just say that.
New form of ventilation. Anyways,
Yes.
get out there, enjoy your car shows.
That's it. Some of the stories making headlines. We talked about this earlier. Parts shortages have forced Nissan to scale back U.S. production of its best-selling model, the Rogue crossover. Japanese automaker told suppliers October 30th, 2 days ago, that parts shortages reduced October production at its plant in Smyrna, Tennessee, by about 7,400 vehicles. Nissan builds 4 high-volume crossovers at the 6.4 million square foot factory, its largest in the Americas. Nissan halted output on both production lines October 24th and October 27th. The automaker has canceled planned overtime on the Rogue assembly line and will prioritize output of the Murano, Pathfinder, and Infiniti QX60 through the end of this month.
I wonder how many Walmarts would fit in that.
Man,
it's a lot.
Okay, so we had mentioned this before. We're going to mention it again. The dispute between Dutch and Chinese owners of Nexperia has automakers and suppliers in the U.S., Japan, and Europe sounding the alarm on production disruptions. GM will idle production of Factory Zero electric vehicle assembly plant in Detroit until November 24th before converting to a single shift in January.
Well, they're going to get it started on November 24th and then take 3 days off for the holiday.
There you go. Toyota Corolla concept got attention at the 2025 Japan Mobility Show, readying a radical remake of the stalwart Corolla, giving the world's best-selling car new platform. So you're getting a big remake. Bright Drop, which is a van maker, shutting down. GM Hyundai Alliance takes on new importance.
I've never heard of that.
Bright Drop.
Huh.
Yeah, that was going to be the new van.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well, that you don't have to worry about it anymore because it's out.
It's not there.
And Stellantis' decision to shift Jeep Compass production to the U.S. from its Brampton, Ontario assembly plant has drawn the ire of the Canadian government.
Yeah.
That's not fire. That's ire. Fire.
That's right, eh? Hoser.
Ram. Hoser. Ram. This is news. Mars, have you heard this? A brand known for its rugged pickup plans to sell an SUV for the first time in 2028. The Michigan-made SUV and a mid-size pickup slated to enter production that same year in Ohio will give Ram a much more comprehensive product range. According to Antonio Filosa, CEO of parent company Stellantis, said during an October 30th briefing with Wall Street analysts, full-size pickups account for 85% of the brand's U.S. sales this year. Stellantis announced the SUV this month as part of a $13 billion investment in the U.S. manufacturing over the next 4 years, without initially saying which of its brands would get the vehicle. Well, now we know. Stellantis has promised 900 new jobs at each plant to prepare for the vehicles.
Wow.
Well, that kind of makes sense. If they're going to make a mid-sized truck, just take the body off and put you an SUV body on it.
Yeah. It's a skateboard.
Yeah.
What about their premier vehicle line? The Chrysler line? What
one of them?
Huh?
Well, all one of them?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Are they just going to let that go away, or how's that going to work?
I have not heard or said anything about that.
Chrysler brand.
Chrysler. The Chrysler Imperial.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know where you're going with
the
that.
Chrysler 300.
Cordoba.
Well,
Isn't the Pacifica under Chrysler?
Right. Yeah,
yes,
you're right.
Chrysler
Mike.
Pacifica.
Yeah.
That's the only vehicle that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
they're not going to let the
Pacifica
Pacifica go for sure.
But I know, but I'm thinking about the Chrysler brand. It's kind of like what Ford did to Lincoln.
Yeah.
They gutted it. They didn't have a new vehicle for a decade. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I noticed the dealership on the corner there. It's like the Maserati that was owned by Ford, the dealership, the Helfman family, that's gone. They closed that up.
The Maserati.
It was a Maserati next to the bank, and that's all empty.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, China has agreed to delay the introduction of its latest round of rare earth export controls as part of a deal agreed between Presidents Donald Trump and Xi Jinping. But earlier restrictions on the critical minerals have upended global trade. That still remains. Rare earths, 17 elements that play tiny but vital roles in cars, planes, and weapons, have emerged from obscurity to become China's most potent source of negotiations, leveraging thanks to export restrictions introduced this year, which allow Beijing to cut off foreign customers dependent on the Chinese supply. We'll see where that goes.
What was the name of the president? Say his name again.
Xi Jinping.
That's the sound that his exhaust leak makes in the in-wheel time car.
Well, yes,
Xi
it started
Jinping.
off. It started off as a tick 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 tick
Now
tick
it's
tick.
Xi
Now it's
Jinping.
ching ching ping ping ching 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 ching.
I thought that was.
I'm just kind of waiting for all of them to break at once so we can just get them all done.
Well, I'm thinking you just keep down the road of not fixing anything, and you'll have a hoopty before you know it. But you're going to have to take the in-wheel time logo off the side of it.
We could trade it in at the auto show coming up.
Yeah.
Well, I thought about that too. But I figured out how much one of them would cost, even spreading it across 9 years. I need 20 to pay it off.
20 years to pay it off. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about the truck that I know?
Yeah.
No,
buying a new one. If we traded it in and bought a new one.
If you bought a new one, it would take 20 years to pay it off. $1 down, $1 when you catch me.
How many miles did that thing have on it when you bought it?
60 something.
60 something.
Yeah. You got to remember, we've had this thing. We've been pushing this thing around since before COVID.
Well, I don't know as if I would use that term.
You know what?
Pushing it around.
Towing it would be better.
We've been rolling around in this thing since before COVID. You know, we got the first wrap on it 30 days before they locked the world down for COVID.
That's right.
Yeah, and then it turned green.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, and then you had to have, a week's worth of work to get the green off of the wrap that was on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Funny games.
Never a dull moment.
Not on this show, that's for sure. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to continue with hour number 2 of the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show right after this. Stay with us.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupe Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupe Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupe Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupe Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupe experience with queso flameado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupe beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupe Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupe Tortilla, he's pretty good.
Time to fire up those engines and pay tribute to the folks who make freedom possible. Bastrop's own Heroes in Hot Rods is rolling in for Veterans Day weekend. Friday night, downtown cruise. Saturday, 400 of the coolest rides in Texas. Proceeds help veterans, shelters, food pantries, and scholarships. Sponsored by Craig's Jewelry. November 7th and 8th, Main Street, Bastrop. Don't miss it.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
And a one and a two.
One and a two.
To the N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show just ahead, Matt DeLorenzo, author, Mercedes AMG Race Bred Performance. New book that's out. Got to start thinking about Christmas, you know?
Yep.
Jeff has this week's Motor Minute. I review the new Kia Telluride here on the N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars live.
What do you think? You Jack LaLanne over there or what?
Trying.
Somebody asked me the other day, why does he wave like that? And I'm going, I don't know. You'll have to ask him.
I could do the prom queen wave or the parade queen wave.
Yes, the prom queen wave. I think that's exactly would be fitting for somebody from Naderville.
In all actuality, his medication is kicking in, and that's the result.
What medication would that be?
He's kicking.
I don't take it on Saturdays.
What is it?
It's not.
I don't take it on Saturdays on the weekend.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
All righty.
We take the margarita medication on Friday nights, and that's what's wrong with us on Saturday.
Take it the night before.
Right.
That's where I'm going wrong then.
Yeah.
Yes, one of many things.
It's the liquid form.
Just saying. Along with Mike Out of This World Mars, we have next to me, ladies and gentlemen, we always need more Jeff.
We do.
We have Chief Engineer David Ainsley, who's listening very closely.
Yes, he is. He
we
keeps
also have-
buzzing me.
We also have a very important Florida contingent that's watching and listening this morning. Of course, it's afternoon there now, but they don't know that because there has been a lot of liquor served.
This
at
afternoon,
this particular
Thursday is what they're thinking.
Yeah, they got their
They're
Thursday.
a week ahead.
So there's that. So we'd like to say hello to them. David Ainsley, our chief engineer. All right. Do we have a guest yet?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
He's in the queue.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
How do you know that?
He popped up, says guest in the queue.
Guest in the queue.
Guest in the queue.
Guest is in the queue. Ladies and gentlemen, he's an author. His name is Matt DeLorenzo, and he has written a book called Mercedes AMG Race Bred Performance. Matt, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Matt.
How are you guys?
Well, we're doing very well, thank you.
Great.
Where are we speaking to you from? Where are you?
I'm in California, Orange County.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Been there.
Yeah, we have.
Absolutely.
I don't think that anybody in Texas talks to anybody in California anymore, and I'm sure that you can extrapolate whatever you want out of that. But
I talked to my brother. He lives in Dallas. We're still on good terms.
are you? Well, that's
Oh,
good.
there you go.
That's good. So, what possessed you to write a book about Mercedes and AMG?
Well, I've written a number of books, and I didn't have anything on my plate. And I talked to my publisher, Motor Books, and they had done a book on BMW M about 3 or 4 years ago, done quite
Yes.
well. And they looked around, and nobody had done anything on AMG. And I said, well, that sounds pretty good to me. And I got into it. And it's a fascinating story about how they
Well-
started and how they ended up being the performance division of Mercedes.
Well, you know, it's interesting because when we teased the show earlier on, and I told everybody that we're going to have you on, we talked about AMG. And if I'm not mistaken, AMG was a standalone performance company that
Correct.
contracted with Mercedes to bump up, if you will, the horsepower and all the performance
Yeah,
aspect of their
right.
cars. Am I wrong?
No, you're right, but they were frenemies for a long time.
Frenemies.
Oh,
The
they
company was
were.
actually-
See, I
the
didn't
company
know
was started
that.
by two young engineers back in 1967. Now they had both Hans Werner Aufrecht and Erhard Melcher had worked as engineers within Mercedes. They had wanted to work on the racing program. Unfortunately, the racing program had wound down. In '55 they had the bad accident at Le Mans.
Yes.
They had largely withdrawn from motorsports, but in the late 50s, early 60s, they went touring car and rallying because those vehicles reflected well on their production vehicles. So they worked there and they wanted to work on the racing, but at the time, the factory said no. They left the company, they started racing, and again, the older generation within the company looked upon Aufrecht and Melcher as kind of shade tree mechanics, if you will, who were tuning cars. And at the time, nobody tuned Mercedes because they were supposedly the perfect car.
Yeah, the luxury perfect car. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a very interesting story, and I assume that their last names are the A and the M. What does the G mean?
The G is Gross Ospach, which is the hometown
yeah.
of Aufrecht.
That's what I was
So,
guessing.
I'm sorry. Could you say that one more time?
Gross Ospach.
Now spell it.
And what? Yeah. And
Is it Harry Potter or something?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Big patch. I have no idea.
Let's go with that. We're going to go with that.
Yeah, that's good. Well, clearly they were very successful. How long did they goose up undercover, if you will, from Mercedes, the Mercedes-Benz lineup before Mercedes-Benz bought them?
Almost 30 years.
Wow.
Wow.
So Mercedes bought 51% interest in AMG in 1999, and then they bought the entire company in 2005 and turned it into the Mercedes-AMG division as we know it today. Back when they were starting out, it was really interesting because in '65, Melcher and Aufrecht tuned up a 300 SE with a 6-cylinder engine and showed their boss, Rudi Uhlenhaut, who was a famous engineer who worked on Mercedes Grand Prix cars in the 30s and in the 50s. They showed him this car, and they had ended the program in '64, the racing program, but he said, okay, you guys can go race it, but if you don't win, you're out of the company. Well, they went and they raced the car. They won the touring car championship. Their driver, who also was a Mercedes employee, unfortunately got killed in a rally before the end of the season, totally unrelated to their efforts. And the board came back and said, hey, cut this out. So they kind of moonlighted and tuned privateer cars while they still worked for Mercedes. But then in '67, they left and set up, and then they were tuning race cars on their own after that.
Did they have their own shop?
Yes. So they had set up a place. They had worked out of Aufrecht's home when they were moonlighting in Gross Ospach. And then they opened up a place in an old mill in a town called Bergstall. And that's where they built a lot of race cars. They started, the racers would come and say, hey, could you do this for my road car? So they started doing tuning road cars as well. But their big breakthrough came through in 1971. A couple of years earlier, Mercedes had put the first V8 engine in the SEL, which was essentially their S-Class. The V8 came from the big 600 limo, And there was an engineer inside Mercedes who tried to race it in '69 at Spa, the 24-hour race. But at the last minute, the board told them to withdraw the car. They had qualified for the race, but then they said, you can't race. So they pulled the cars. Well, Aufrecht and Melker built another car similar to it, went to Spa in 1971, and they finished second overall. And this car was called the Red Pig because it was such a big, honking luxury car with a really loud V8 engine. And it did really well. The car sitting on the pole, by the way, for the race was a V8 Camaro.
Wow.
Eventually a Ford Capri won, and they came in second and won their class. And that got them a lot of notoriety.
Did these engineers, did they work in aircraft plants before that? Is that how they got their upbringing in mechanical?
No, they worked for Mercedes. So,
but didn't Mercedes have aircraft plants at the time back in World War II?
They did, but they worked primarily in the passenger car racing division. Melker was a mechanical engineer, and Aufrecht was kind of a bench test engineer.
Oh.
And when they first met, they didn't like each other. But then Aufrecht recognized what a brilliant engineer Melker was, and they started on their way. Now, there's an interesting side, like that car that won in 1971, they sold to Matra. They modified the car, and it was used to test jet tires. It was the only car that could go fast enough, that could recreate how quickly a jet would take off or how quickly it would be coming in for a landing. And they modified it to test the tires. So this car was used until 1994, and then it was destroyed.
Wow.
After Mercedes bought AMG, they decided that they were going to try and find it. They couldn't find the Red Pig. So,
this whole thing really smacks of Carroll Shelby to me, because
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, and they were competitors really at the same time. Carroll Shelby here in the United States, and these guys over in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and they were mainly doing sedans. And actually, they did a little work on the G-Wagon in the late '70s when that came out. But it's interesting that they were the only ones tuning Mercedes. But at the time, you had companies like Alpina, Schnitzer, Hartmann, all these
Alpina's still around
for Ford Capris and Opels and BMWs. So they were kind of alone at the time.
So you got the charge to do a book on these guys and AMG, and I assume that you really didn't know a whole lot about them before you got the charge to do it.
Well, I knew I've been writing about cars for a long time, and I was familiar with AMG because we had tested when I worked at the car magazines. We had tested AMGs. By 1990, they were actually selling AMG cars through the Mercedes dealer network. In the 80s, AMG released a car called the Hammer, which was a E-Class with a big V8 engine in it. And that's what really kind of put them on the map in the performance circles in the US. And then they also managed Mercedes German touring car racing team and was very successful. And that's what opened the door for them to sell their cars through Mercedes. And then as that relationship grew, they actually developed their first car together, the C36 in 1994. And then by 1999, Mercedes decided to buy them.
So I want to ask you a question kind of related. Were you the guy that was in the library all through high school and you spent all of your time in there? Were you that guy?
He looks familiar.
Yeah. You were.
No, not really. I kind of hung around with car guys, and that's how I got into writing about cars.
No car guy I know is in the library.
No.
Well,
I will tell you, I did go down a lot of wormholes on the internet, and Mercedes was absolutely fabulous in the access they gave me to their archives. In the book, there's over 300 images of different things, different cars, race cars, things like that. So
Did you go over to the factory at all?
I did. I went to, after they had started in Bergstall, they had moved to Affalterbach, which is their home today. And I've been to, I went there. I actually saw the old mill building that they, in Bergstall. They're starting to put together kind of a museum with some significant cars from their past. And the complex there in Affalterbach, even though they don't build any cars there, they still build engines, and they have a one-man, one-engine philosophy towards, they just have one technician.
I've seen a video on that where it's one guy that built, or girl, actually the video that I saw was a female, a woman that was building the entire engine.
Yes.
And I was going, oh my God, look at that.
They're responsible for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they still do that today, and they'll put a plaque on there with the signature of the technician who built the engine. So
truly amazing. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
it's a great story, and their complex is huge. They employ about 5,000 people now. They do all the engineering, and starting in with the SLS Gullwing from 2011, that was AMG's first built from the ground up AMG exclusive car. And now they have the AMG GT, which is the successor to that car.
Truly amazing. What a great story.
Do you drive one?
Do you have one?
No. No, Ford one.
Yeah.
There
is that.
Yeah.
So
but they're very exclusive. I've driven them. They're fabulous cars. I've had the great experience of being able to drive the SLS. I've driven while I was over there in Germany. They had lent me one of the GTs to drive.
Wow.
It's a great story. And kind of an interesting side note is that Hans Werner Aufrecht always wanted to be in racing. So after he sold the company to Mercedes, he set up his own company called HWA, which is Hans Werner Aufrecht. And he's right next to AMG, and he built all the GT race cars for Mercedes at his little factory right next to the AMG complex.
What a fascinating story. Listen, we're short on time, but I did want to ask you, where can we get the book? Can we get it at Amazon and all the other?
Yes, it's on Amazon. And I believe it'll be on other like Barnes and Noble and other sites as well.
Yeah, it's a big, beautiful book.
Yeah. In fact, before you came on, I said, this got to start thinking about Christmas, and what a great Christmas book.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's a real pleasure, honor to talk to you, Matt, and we thank you very much. And hey, let us know what your next project is going to be. We want to ride along with you on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds great.
Matt, thanks again. His name is Matt DeLorenzo, and the name of the book is Mercedes AMG Race Bred Performance. All right. Just ahead, a review of the Kia Telluride plus Jeff's Motor Minute.
Yep.
When the N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good.
Time to fire up those engines and pay tribute to the folks who make freedom possible. Bastrop's own Heroes in Hot Rods is rolling in for Veterans Day weekend. Friday night, downtown cruise. Saturday, 400 of the coolest rides in Texas. Proceeds help veterans, shelters, food pantries, and scholarships. Sponsored by Craig's Jewelry. November 7th and 8th, Main Street, Bastrop. Don't miss it. Ow!
Well, Well, that event is next weekend, friends. And
Can't wait.
let me hear it.
I'd come
No,
to
it's ahoo.
Ahoo.
Okay. Well,
like
whatever
aye.
the case may
Yeah.
be. Mars is
Get your
supposed to
E
know
and
all
your
that
ahoo
action.
say.
It's my Cajun
Is there
word.
is there a difference, Mars?
Yes, there is.
Is it like
Is there?
one side of
Yes,
the river
one of
versus
them's
the
one of
other?
them's from below the Mason-Dixon line. The other one's from the north of the Mason-Dixon line.
Okay, which line do you hear the banjos?
That's the east-west line. That's Mississippi River.
Okay. All right. Time now here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show to get Jeff's Motor Minute.
Here it is. Marco Andretti, former Indy 500 pole winner, announces his retirement. I know, it's sad. A member of one of racing's most prominent families announced his retirement from motorsports this past week. Marco Andretti is the son of Michael Andretti and grandson of Mario Andretti, announced on social media posts that he's retiring from racing. The 38-year-old Nazareth, Pennsylvania person is a veteran of 253 starts at the NTT Indy Series car racing, including 20 starts at the Indianapolis 500. Marco Andretti won 2 Indy races in the pole position for the 2020 Indianapolis 500.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like his grandfather, he's only 4'3". No, I'm just kidding. Andretti also briefly ventured into NASCAR, making 11 starts at the ARCA Menards Series, 8 starts in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and 1 start in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Marco will always be tied to Indianapolis. His legacy will forever be the foremost part of the Indy 500, where he made the final 5 starts of the Indy 500 in his career. So good luck to him. He's on pace to be do other things with his life and also with racing. So we'll see more of him later.
Did you see Michael Andretti's house was for sale in
not.
Indianapolis?
I did not.
It's like $50 million.
Sure.
Sure.
Why not?
We got to
It'd
pay
have
for
like,
the
you know,
name.
But it's only got 2 bathrooms. So.
No, that's one of the things I was going to say. It's probably got 500
5,
bathrooms.
10, yeah.
This thing is magnificent.
I did not see that.
Oh my gosh, look that up. You're going to
Well-
go, wow.
Well, Amato lives in Pennsylvania, not Nazareth, Pennsylvania, but
Joe Amato.
Joe Amato went by
Joe
his
Amato's
house.
not hurting any.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
The amazing hillside.
And what a great guy.
Yeah.
I told you I had lunch with him.
Yep.
Anyway.
Better many times.
Time now for an extra bonus car review this week.
All right.
Because we didn't get to it last week, so we wanted to stick it in here right now. I had a chance to drive the 2025 Kia Telluride. Now, this is a 3-row SUV, and I thought that this was interesting. The final assembly location is West Point, Georgia, made here in the US of A.
All right.
Available trim levels include the LX, the S, the EX, the SX, and the SX Prestige. What did I have? The SX Prestige, X Pro, V6, all-wheel drive, plus X Line and X Pro.
Wow.
That's what it said on the window sticker. They had to make the window sticker extra big to get
fit
that
3
on there.
windows.
It's kind of a wraparound.
Well, and can you imagine in the back of the car the nomenclature back there? That runs across the whole back of the car. This is a standard SUV, so it competes up there with the Chevy Suburban.
Okay.
This is a big SUV.
Okay.
Seats, including the driver, 7, all new in 2020. And here we go. Exterior features include modern, overall clean design with that familiar Kia pinched grille, wheels, and some trim change with the trim level that you choose. It does have a hockey stick rear lighting configuration back there with a sunshade over the back glass. All of the manufacturers seem to be doing that sunshade thing. Dual exhaust tips on the lower right of the car. Maybe you can see it in this picture. Yep, there they are. Not dual exhaust, one on each side.
Right.
No, this is 2 on one right-hand side. What I liked, the clean look. Roof rack is old school and not necessary. Why not just make it an option? I don't understand. How many people do you see going down the road with the luggage on top?
Do you know the
Besides
first car I looked at before the Buick had that? It was a Toyota, and I said, that is the hideous thing. And the guy tried to sell me. I said, no, did you have one without a roof rack? They all come with roof racks. Mine actually has a style rack on it, but mine's different.
Is that what they call it, a style rack?
That's something that they invented. But go on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's perfectly fine. Interior highlights, huge infotainment screen with easy-to-use controls, digital instrument cluster with white faces, which I thought was a nice touch, comfortable seating surfaces, steering wheel mounted controls are not overdone, which so many manufacturers tend to do these days.
Very much so.
Cargo trunk room, great. What I liked, the roominess and the quality materials, plus the well-placed controls. What could use improvement? How do you improve on that? Look at
Very
that.
nice, very
It's like a spaceship in there. It's beautiful. 3.8 liter V6 motor in this that turns out 291 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque, 8-speed automatic transmission. It will tow up to 5,500 pounds. All-wheel drive is standard on this model.
Wow.
The lower models, it's an option.
It's got knobs.
Not knobs.
It's got knobs on
It's got knobs on it.
Wow.
Miles per gallon in the city, it's rated at 18, on the highway 23 for a combined to 20. I got 22.2 miles per gallon over 426.6 miles. What I liked about it, the power is nicely matched with the 8-speed automatic transmission. I don't think you can improve on this.
No turbo?
No.
No turbo.
No. Ride and handling, very compliant. It's limo-like. What could use improvement? Ride lessons are available to many competitors.
Oh, so they're going to take him to school on it.
Yeah.
So you compare this to a Suburban? I don't think it's that big. Is
Well,
it that large?
it's 3
Oh,
rows,
is it?
and your United
Yeah.
States government, they classify this, and this is in the same classification
Yeah,
as a
I think
Suburban.
the Suburban's actually gotten a little smaller compared to what it used to be.
Well, base trim price $53,685. Prices tested $56,240. Now, the average overall price of a new car is now at $50,000.
Wow. Jeez.
You can get into one of these. Base model price $36,390. Overall, I give it high marks. Competitors, Toyota Grand Highlander, that's the 3-row, starts at $44,200. The Subaru Ascent, did Mars go away? The Subaru Ascent, it starts at $39,995, and the Honda Pilot starts at $40,200. Now, this one again starts at $36,390. If you are into big SUV 3 rows, I would definitely shop this.
Starting price isn't bad.
No,
It's affordable for
I
starter.
would definitely shop that thing because I think that you're going to be impressed. Whether you're impressed with the Kia line or not, I'm just telling you.
They're
For
out
somebody that drove it for almost 500 miles, I can tell you that this is one nice vehicle.
Good deal.
All right. Okay. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We are back right after this quick break.
Who doesn't like a social event? How about one that centers around your love for all things automotive? Another Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social is back. Saturday, December 6th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. It's a morning packed with incredible cars, some of the finest rides in town, from classics to modern exotics. Here's your chance to talk to fellow car lovers. Grab a coffee and check out how Gulf Coast Auto Shield keeps these rides looking perfect. Meet the team. Take a look around the shop to see firsthand how Gulf Coast Auto Shield gets the most of the look you're trying to create. In Will Time will be there with their live car talk show. You might just be one of the guests. Don't miss this free, fun, and fast-paced car gathering of fellow car lovers and their rides. Saturday, December 6th at Gulf Coast Auto Shield, 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway. Bring your car, bring your friends, and bring your love for all things automotive. We'll see you then. The award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InRealTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Real Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InRealTime.com. Join us.
This is your place for all things automotive, the award-winning in real-time car talk show. Just ahead, a 15-year-old podium finisher in the F4 finals in France. Mars has This Week in Auto History. Jeff has the racing calendar, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us, and glad that we could be found on the internet and around the globe.
Or just down the street.
Yeah, there's that. You know, we've had some technical issues this morning. We were all pumped up, thinking we're going to be ready to go this morning.
Good to go.
Mm-hmm. And guess what?
We went all right.
The power went out.
Chit-chatting. Don's on one side of the room. I'm at the desk.
And everything goes dark.
Doing all my greatness, and everything just, lights went out. Everything was scary.
And now I've got a refrigerator over there that says power outage. And I'm going, okay, so how do you reset that? Beep.
Yeah, it keeps beeping.
Beep.
Yeah, it's
beep.
a computer, so hopefully unplug and replug.
Yeah, well, it's a refrigerator, so you just don't do that very easily.
Yeah.
You got to roll it out and do all this other.
Because his refrigerator is running.
It is. Did you ever
Catch it.
call the grocery store and
Yeah.
you never did that?
No.
Did you do that, Mars?
Oh, yeah. You got Prince Albert in the can? Yeah. Well, you better let him out.
Yeah, because he might suffocate.
Well, there's one thing we did do
and then hang up.
at would be at Kathy's house, and around she was like 3 houses off a corner, and on the corner around the corner was a pizzeria, and Kathy's phone number was one number off from the pizzeria, so they would call, miss the number, I would answer the phone, and I would take their pizza order.
When they'd show up over there,
we would use the pizza place too. I had the menu,
Sure.
all that. 45 minutes.
That's great.
Yeah,
so they'd
and then
show up and there's no pizza.
pretty much.
Yep.
We thought that was
Those were the good old
days.
days.
Beat your Prince Albert in a can.
Yeah. Mars.
Yeah,
Raise a
well.
refrigerator running.
Let's go to California.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, go ahead.
There he is.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Truly Adams, a 15-year-old racing phenom.
Live from Riverside, California.
Do you live in Riverside?
I live in Moreno Valley.
Moreno Valley.
Oh, okay.
Did you? No, you're not old enough to have ever gone to Riverside. You've heard of Riverside, I'm sure.
No, we own a track in Riverside called Adams Motorsports Park, which I'm actually at right now.
Oh, really? They still have a track in Riverside.
Yes, it's been here for 65 years.
Oh my God! Was it a competitor to the Riverside racetrack that NASCAR and all ran on back in the day? I understand it's a neighborhood now.
Yeah, but no, not really. It's more of a go-karting track, so where we all start before you start going into NASCAR and all that stuff.
Gotcha. Are you really 15 years old?
Yes, I am really 15 years old.
Now, that grin looks 15, but he doesn't sound 15, and he doesn't look it.
No, and he doesn't act it either. That's why I
Tell him
asked.
how old you are, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ask.
Yeah. Well, Mars is really old, so we don't have to worry about that. So you're at the track right now?
Yes, I am.
What do you got on the agenda today?
Today's agenda, we were testing for Supernats, which is the biggest race of the year. So that's in 2 weeks. So I'll be driving a little bit today and just hanging out.
And what will you be driving?
I'll be driving a KZ kart, which is the fastest motor in a go-kart. So
Okay.
Is it a shifter card?
Yeah, it's a pro class.
Pro class.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So pro class, all of them have shifters.
Yeah, pro class is either shifters or a kart named X30. So it's a direct drive, and it's clutch driven. So it's more of it's easier than a shifter, but it's
Almost like an automatic then.
Yes.
Yeah. So
How fast are we talking here?
I've hit around 92 to 93 miles per hour.
and this is like a road course?
Yeah, it's a road course, probably around half a mile or a little bit more.
Wow.
How many turns?
can range probably like 14, I think, 14 to 15.
So
About
you really have to be on your game to do this, and your butt's sitting what, an inch off the ground?
probably less.
Less. Yeah. I am absolutely fascinated. And, I was looking at your all of the information on you, and I'm going, this guy is really, really impressive.
Yeah, he can't be
so-
15. He's done too much.
Yeah, exactly. So, who is it that is behind? Is it your dad, or your mom? Who is it that supports you in all of these efforts? Because let me tell you something. As a volleyball parent, we spent a fortune on club volleyball. I can only imagine the expense that goes into your upbringing, sir.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than that.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, yeah. It's my mom helps a lot. My dad does too. He's a pretty good coach sometimes. So
Oh,
sometimes he knows what he's talking about. We'll see in the future, but
Most parents are that way.
yeah.
All right. So, what propelled you to get into this sport?
More of that I wasn't good at any other sport, and this is kind of my future as where I've been racing for now 11 years, and it's something that I love to do.
So, you started when you were 4.
Yes.
And what was it that you drove at 4 years old?
Well, at 4 years old, I started racing kid karts, and it's been a journey since there.
Look, there you go. Tilt it down just a little. Tilt it down.
Yeah.
No, tilt it down.
Forward.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
there
little
you go.
glare.
Go.
Look,
There you go.
the helmet's as big as he is.
It's bigger than he is. Yeah, exactly.
That's a cool picture.
Yeah, it is. So, where are you in school at 15? You in middle school?
No, I just went to high school, so it's a pretty different type of experience. I'm all homeschooled, so that's the only fun part, I guess, about school right now. So
So, and so,
It gives them an advantage.
is there a grade level that you are?
I'm ninth grade.
Ninth grade.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So you would be entering high school, here locally.
Yeah, nevertheless, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to me, I can see some advantages to that in your profession because it gives you a little more flexibility, but you never get away from it because if you go to France to race, doesn't your teacher come with you?
I have an online teacher, so
Oh, it's not your
Kinda
parents. I
try-
thought your parents might be doing it, and I thought you'd never get away from school.
no. I have an online teacher, but she kind of travels everywhere with me. I bring my computer, so she can experience the
Where you're at.
The thrill of
Yeah.
victory and the agony of
And
defeat.
the world traveler you are.
exactly.
Yeah. So you're based out there in California, and how often do you travel? Every weekend during racing season?
During racing season, well, really racing season never ends, so we're always traveling all year.
Or
So
testing, yeah.
yeah, so like next week I might be testing a car, and then the week after that I'm racing a go-kart. So it's everything is we're all out all the time. So either if we're in France or we're in Texas or back at home racing. So
Wow.
So you're doing the F4 series. You're going to get in the F4 series.
yes, we're trying to get in the French F4 series. So we'll see. We'll hear about that in the next couple weeks.
All right. Well, explain that to me because I'm not familiar with it. Cars or is it carts?
French F4 is just moving into the open
Open
series
wheel?
level
Right.
of cars. So it's like the entry level to the road to Formula One. So you have
Absolutely.
F4, then F3, then F2, then F1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of the open level, and every country has it. So you have Italian F4, French, European. So you have a lot of different kind of series that you can run. But any series you want to run, you always want to win in.
Now, you say the difference. Are the cars the same and all that? Now, obviously, the French F4, is it a different car than the European F4 versus German F4? I mean, is the car the same, but it's just different
Location?
locations?
So how it works is there's one company that makes all the cars, which is
Okay.
called Cadus. and some of them are kind of different, where it's French F4. Let's say it's made by the same company, but have different parts on them. So it's kind of regulated towards the series. French F4 is an academy, so they don't let a lot of drivers into it. So it's more of a regulated base where it's all stock and they don't change anything. And then some series where they have what I call an open setup, so the driver can change things on the car to what he feels.
You ever been to an F1 race?
No, I have not, and I've been trying to go for a long time now.
Yeah, we just had one here at COTA. Circuit of the America was just here a few weeks ago.
And and if you ever get an opportunity to visit Texas, you must go to Circuit of the Americas. I have just a regular plain Corvette, and I went to a Corvette event one time where we got to actually drive our Corvettes on the road course. It is truly phenomenal. With elevation changes, all of the turns, you'll have to look it up and you'll go, wow, yeah, I definitely want to race this.
Well, let me ask you this. You're one of 6 drivers that was selected from a whole bunch of folks, like 62 or 65 drivers. You're one of 6 selected.
Yeah, I was one of the 6 selected to run it and run up front, which is kind of very, very cool to be up front and to be the only American to ever get third or actually ever get into the finals of feed racing. So it's a pretty cool thing that I've been able to accomplish, and I'm so grateful that I could be a part of that legacy.
That's awesome. What's your driving style like? Do you push the limits? Do you put them in the fence? Rubbin's racing? How do you do that?
I'm more of a Rubbin's racing kind of guy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Use the whole track.
Yes, exactly.
How tall are you? How much do you weigh?
I'm about 6 foot, and I weigh 170.
What's your girlfriend's name?
I don't got one.
Oh.
Don't got time.
You don't have time for one yet. Yeah, because they'll all come running up to you going, hi.
Yeah.
I'm
Go after the
Sandy.
babes on the podium. That's what you want. That's the
Babes on
ones
the
you want.
podium.
And Mike knows.
Yeah, Mike knows. Mike doesn't know. No,
No, Mike watched a lot.
He watched a lot. That's what it was. Yeah. All right. So, what did you say that your next event is going? Is it going to be there in California?
No, my next event is going to be in Nevada, in Las Vegas. So it's called Supernats, and it's one of the biggest kart races in the world. So it's a big race, and there's a lot of drivers either from Europe or all over the world coming to race.
Now, is it a track built for go-karts?
No, it's actually a parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Seriously?
They have big parking lots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if you could sanction an event, then
I know that there is a facility out in Pahrump, Nevada, that I had the opportunity to go to out there for. It was Alpha. It was an Alpha event, and they took all these Alphas out there, and it was a great time. But that track was as flat as a board, and you had to really perfect your driving skills with this car. It was a souped-up Alpha, but it wasn't really about all of that. It was about driving skills and how you get around the corners. And I know that from watching go-karting, I did the rental thing for a number of years before my back went out. But I know that doing that, it's all about entering turns, getting out of turns, and then you put in a bunch of other karts next to you and all around you. Even if you're at the lead, you wind up getting to the back end of the front pack. And it's driving skills, and it's also how you handle the kart itself. And obviously, you're very good at it.
Yeah, it's crazy how you can have 60 to 70 drivers on one track, and we're all battling for the same thing. And most of the time, we're either 1/10 off of each other in the top 30, and then 2/10 off of each other in the top 70. So
1/10.
1/10. Let me ask you: are all the drivers that when you race, are they all the same age, or within a few years of you, or are there older folks that are driving as well?
There's a couple my age, and then there's a couple in their 20s, and so it ranges.
Gotcha.
For me, I am a little young. 15, which you should probably enter that class at probably 16. So I'm a little young for this class, but it's because I'm a little taller than everyone else. So it kind of works out.
You're
Good
one of
for
those
you.
ringers on the baseball
Yeah, he
team.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at little Johnny over there. Oh, he's only 5'5", and here comes Truly 6 foot tall and smacks that ball all the way out to the parking lot out there, out center field.
That's good.
So obviously, all these guys are about the same caliber as you, since y'all all pack up that tight. I mean, that's got to be kind of even a little more pressure on you, knowing these guys are good too.
Yeah, it's crazy how all these guys have been racing since they've been kids, and we all kind of grow up to become the best we can be. And all of these drivers, I have tons of respect for, because it's hard to do what they do at such a high level. And at this point in this karting career that I've had, it's been really cool. I've made a lot of cool relationships, and all these guys are just much better than you'd think. If they went into a car and they didn't have enough money to be on a top team, I still think they could go win races.
Very good. Very
Well,
So
go ahead, Mike.
yeah, so you're basically in a feeder system up to get up to F1. Have you looked at NASCAR or anything else, or are you just really focused on that, on the open wheel?
I've driven a legend car. I've done oval stuff. I'm not great at oval. I do not turning left and turning right at the same time. So that's not really my thing. And it's not that I wouldn't try it. It's more of I'm not that great in it, and I like
Well,
to be great.
But you
So-
haven't had a lot of experience in it either.
That's true, too.
I would
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
that, listen, if you're a race car driver, you're ready to race and drive anything,
Yep.
in my book anyway.
And if you see something in your career down the line, you could be a team principal. You could get into the engineering aspect. So your doors are wide open.
Yeah, I'm into doing anything I can win in, I say. So
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing when you get into pro sports of any kind. There is a certain drive that to be competitive in whatever it is that you choose, you've got to be very good, very focused, and you got to have a little attitude.
And we know we're athletic.
Oh yeah, you're athletic.
You can tell by looking at us.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, listen, man, it is a real pleasure to talk to you. Where can we go online to find out more about you and follow you?
So you could go on Truly_the truth on Instagram, which is
Truly_the truth.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you post lots of stuff on there, and you have a lot of supporters.
Yeah, I think I have about right now 10,000 followers.
Nice.
On Instagram?
Yeah. Send us a couple of them, will you?
Yeah, we'll borrow them for a couple of days.
Yeah. And if nothing else, I mean, you could say, hey, we were on that award-winning in-wheel time car talk show out of Houston. You could do that.
I'll do that.
And then they'll unfriend you.
Yeah, then they'll unfriend you.
Yeah. Just only tell your close friends. Yeah.
Truly, Adams, it's a true pleasure to be with you this morning. Thank you very much for joining us. It's Saturday morning. Get to it, my friend. You got lots to do today.
Yes, thank you.
And we hope to talk to you
Appreciate it.
again and kind of
You
keep
bet.
up with your career.
Yeah,
Bless you.
we definitely will. Yeah, be in touch with us. Let us know how things are going. Truly Adams, our guest this morning
Very nice.
from Riverside, France.
Yep.
Riverside, California.
There you go.
Magny Cours, France.
Very good,
I don't know-
Don.
I don't
That's
know
where the
whether-
races are,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever the case may be.
Yep.
It doesn't make any
And if it
difference.
needs help with French, I know a retired French teacher. So
Do you?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Jenny,
Your
my son-in-law's mother.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever.
David.
Whatever. that
Forgot
is.
his name for a minute.
Never mind.
Thank you, Truly.
Yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Okay, just ahead, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll bring you some of the stories making automotive news headlines. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good.
Time to fire up those engines and pay tribute to the folks who make freedom possible. Bastrop's own Heroes in Hot Rods is rolling in for Veterans Day weekend. Friday night, downtown cruise. Saturday, 400 of the coolest rides in Texas. Proceeds help veterans, shelters, food pantries, and scholarships. Sponsored by Craig's Jewelry. November 7th and 8th, Main Street, Bastrop. Don't miss it.
That's the best part at the very end.
We're just going to keep playing that commercial all the rest of the year.
Yeah, we just have to edit the date out.
Yeah.
So we can just keep, okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
Time now for the Racing Cal. Before you get into that, I want to remind you that our live broadcast airs every Saturday, 10 to noon, so you can be right on top of all this greatness. On NWillTime.com, Facebook, and YouTube. We hope you check us out. If you miss us, you'll be able to connect us through your podcast channel, your favorite one. Go there. We're on there. NWill Time Car Talk. All right. Now the racing calendar, sponsored by the Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Since we're talking about F4, Formula 4, we're going to go with starting out with Formula 1. The San Paulo Grand Prix, it is the 9th, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. This one is going to be broadcast. It's going to be at the Autodrome Jose Carlos Pace in San Paulo. It's a 71-lapper, and there's only 2 more races.
You know, Jose Cuervo was a friend of mine.
Yeah, and the clear and also the dark.
I like the Reposado.
Yep. But there's only 2 more races on the Formula 1. Craftsman Truck Series champion was crowned last week, and I didn't write down who won. But you got Xfinity.
There's the car that was left over from the race right there. You see it?
That's the truck race.
The last place finisher.
They were at Martins. I think it was Martinsville. There was a lot of wreck. Oh, finishing overtime, I believe. Nevertheless, November 1st, which is today, the Xfinity Series is in Phoenix. That is tonight on the CW local channel. And then tomorrow you've got the other NASCAR boys, the big boys in Phoenix at 3 p.m. on NBC.
A minute.
What?
It's the Alabama game tonight, LSU and Alabama at Bryant-Denny Stadium, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
This is in Phoenix.
Roll Tide.
Well, okay. Well, that's okay.
I ain't watching that.
Calm down. But you can watch tomorrow. So it's at 3 o'clock on NBC. And then you got drag racing this weekend, October 30th through the 2nd, which is tomorrow. NHRA Nevada Nationals, the Strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So there you go.
It's always a big deal because it's Halloween weekend, and then the SEMA show opens tomorrow.
Years ago, when the Houston
Monday, I believe,
Houston race was going on, the next race after was Vegas. And I was flying out with ATD. We're going to an event, and of course, the race had ended with this Monday travels. And Bernstein was in the same loading area of the plane, in the same area there, and they were throwing dice in the corner of the airport. Him and his crew. And I was talking to him and I said, how much to get in the game? He goes, it's not what you get in, it's how you get out.
That's it.
Yep. Sled dog racing.
He's a very nice guy.
Oh, awesome people. November 28th is the opening for the Iditarod, Mike, in case you're interested.
I got it noted.
Lined up. Dash Hound races are coming up and everything.
Absolutely. Well, we don't want to miss those Dash Hound races. Speaking of which, time now for Mr. Mars This Week in Auto History. You got it queued up there, Mike?
Yes, sir. Got a few things that we found that we thought were pretty interesting this week in auto history.
All right.
Starting with this week in 1909, General Motors acquired the Carter Car Company. Now, what's significant about this, they were in Michigan, but they were experimenting with a friction drive transmission. So they took and replaced the gears with a variable friction disc drive for smooth, gearless operation. Know what that sounds like, eh? So they marketed it as the car of 1,000 speeds, which is basically a precursor to the CVTs. So William Durant with GM bought it up, going to use it, and wanted access to all the patents. But by 1915, the car was gone, and GM kept all the patents on it. Moving on into 1954, the last real Hudson automobile rolled off the assembly line. Now, it had been a symbol of innovation and performance, and it had its step down, what they call their step down design in 1948, because it lowered the car, made it easier to get in and out for one thing, but it also improved the center of gravity for improved handling. So they became excellent in NASCAR during the 1950s until they merged with Nash Kelvinator in 1954 to take their washing
they made
machine.
refrigerators.
They
didn't
did.
Yeah.
That's
And but that's how they got to become the American Motors Corporation. So that's where it came from Hudson.
looks like a lead sled almost. That the red
Almost.
Yeah. And
Then
Whose garter
1957.
belt was that on there?
I don't know.
Do what?
Never mind.
Okay. So in
The Carter
1957, the Chevrolet Impala was introduced as the top trim of the Bel Air. I did not realize that it was a trim level when it first came out with the tail fins and all the chrome and everything. And it had the optional 283 that you could get in it for the V8. And it became a model of its own. And all kinds of Impalas grew up until I had one in 1965 even that I really loved and wish I still had, but didn't work out quite that
Were you a hauler
way.
and a shot caller?
I'm telling you. Now, I was hauler too, up and down the drag. So then in 1970, the Toyota Celica made its debut at the 17th Tokyo Motor Show. Now, this was definitely targeting younger buyers. And I remember when it came out, everybody was, oh, here's a little Corolla hot rod is what it amounted to because it had rear-wheel drive, a 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine. And it was basically trying to tap into the pony car market at the time. And it gave Toyota their performance reputation, and it was really a big success for them over the years. In fact, when they quit making it, they brought it back here a few years ago. Then in 1982, it's very significant because the Honda Motor Company became the Honda of America manufacturing with a plant in Marysville, Ohio. They started building the Honda Accord inside the United States. Now, this is the first step in the Japanese automakers actually becoming part of the U.S. automotive industry. I mean, they were importing before, but now they're actually building cars here. And, of course, their deal was, efficiency, quality, and, Honda in particular was known for being a very reliable vehicle. And so that was just a few things that we saw this week in automotive history.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you very much. GM slashing production at its electric vehicle plant in Detroit, affecting more than 3,000 jobs there, and at 2 joint venture battery plants in response to a slowdown in EV demand. GM dropping 1 of 2 daily shifts at Factory Zero, which makes the GMC Hummer EV and electric versions of the Chevy Silverado, GMC Sierra, Cadillac Escalade, according to a person familiar with all the inner workings of GM. All right. We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Is that your phone? Oh,
Don't
Lord
ask.
mercy. Okay. We'll be back right after this quick break.
Who doesn't like a social event? How about one that centers around your love for all things automotive? Another Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social is back. Saturday, December 6th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. It's a morning packed with incredible cars, some of the finest rides in town, from classics to modern exotics. Here's your chance to talk to fellow car lovers. Grab a coffee and check out how Gulf Coast Auto Shield keeps these rides looking perfect. Meet the team. Take a look around the shop to see firsthand how Gulf Coast Auto Shield gets the most of the look you're trying to create. In Wheel Time will be there with their live car talk show. You might just be one of the guests. Don't miss this free, fun, and fast-paced car gathering of fellow car lovers and their rides. Saturday, December 6th at Gulf Coast Auto Shield, 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway. Bring your car, bring your friends, and bring your love for all things automotive. We'll see you then. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasts available from your favorite go-to source, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's Car Culture, latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's all on InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check out our website, inwheeltime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and great automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you have an idea, an event, road trip, destination you'd like us to feature, let us know. Our email address is info@inwheeltime.com. I'm hoping all will tune in on that.
Okay.
Hey, when you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app and website. Grab a podcast from your favorite podcast store. We video stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In Wheel Time video technical director is we need more Jeff Zekin, booking agent, video editor, car people finder, Michael Out of This World Mars, along with chief engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Be sure to pick up our next remote broadcast on your calendar. Stick it on there. Plan to join us at Gulf Coast Auto Shield December 6th and Tailpipes and Tacos at Loopy's and Katy on December 13th. George Skelton, we're thinking of you, praying for your recovery. Get well fast. And a reminder to join us next week, 10 to noon, right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll see you then.